In this video, I'm going to show you exactly which 5 services you can provide to trucking industry so you can make $100,000 or more without having a trucking company or driving a semi-truck. Hi, my name is Emir Burzovic. My specialty is marketing and consulting for trucking companies. I help them scale their companies and more importantly, bring them and keep the driver in their companies. I spent more than $3 million in this service for paid ads, and I went from a truck driver, having my own authority, and now having a marketing and consulting agency. So I'm gonna show you the knowledge that I have, and then hopefully you will enjoy and make your money in trucking industry. So let's dive into it. First goal, as you can see here right now, is how to make 100K in trucking industry without driving a truck. Or on top of that, how to do it even without owning a trucking company. So the easiest way to do it, first of all, it's truck sales. So truck sale is the easiest way to start. You don't need to have any type of investment. The easiest way how you can start, you just need to find somebody who have a trucking company and say, can I sell some old trucks from you? Usually you have 2 ways how you can do it that I know that goes really successfully. First thing is that you offer them to get everything above what are they offering to sell the truck. So let's say the truck they are selling is for 55K. You are trying to sell them as much as you can. They usually don't care. So that is, let's say you sell it for 58K. You are making $3,000. I know when I was selling trucks for some other companies, I was using the real estate model that I said, I'm gonna sell this truck for the most amount of money and my fee is $3,000. So what usually happens, I am trying to negotiate with the owners and basically being a broker between seller and buyer and getting $3,000 per truck. Good thing about trucking industry is usually nobody is buying 1 truck, they're buying 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 trucks. So of course your commission will go down, but there is really big opportunity for you to in one day, after a month or 2 in business, sell 10 trailers or sell 10 trucks, so you can earn $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 commission per 1 transaction. So how you can sell trucks and trailers. If you want to sell trucks, for the trucks, I know because I already charge $3,000, but with that business means that you need to show the trucks, know a little bit more about the trucks, and basically push the people to buy. But there is also a way, if you don't have enough experience in trucking industry, you can only say to the company, I'm gonna send people to you and then you sell the trucks. And I know with 100% certainty that there is a guy who is selling this service for $500 a truck. So what he is doing, he is saying, I'm gonna bring you buyers. Whoever buys, when you sell the trucks, you give me $500. What he does, he goes to Facebook Marketplace or place some paid ads on Facebook. So this can cost $0 to maybe $100 for him to make $500. On top of that, what's going on is that he is collecting the database of people who wants to buy the truck. So he have 5, 10, 20 different trucking companies. They're sending them leads, have the list of the trucks. If somebody doesn't want to buy this truck, he can sell them to another place and basically use and utilize the same lead. Cool thing about that, majority of the trucking companies are not buying only 1 truck because trucking industry is a depreciating asset value business. So if somebody already purchased 1 truck, you can offer them another ones if you have some similar deals, because most of the companies are buying similar type of equipment, or that guy will next time come and buy 5. On top of that, not only trucks, but you can also sell the trailers. With the trailers, it's a little bit different story, but people buy them on volume, 5, 10, 15, 20 pieces. Usually goes from $500 to $1,000 per trailer sold. That means that every trailer you sell to somebody, you can get $500. So that's something extra that you can put on top of it. The easiest trailer to sell is of course dry van, and that probably means that will be the easiest one for you to sell to without enough knowledge. What's one extra bonus you need to know, that for all these companies, you can also ask if they have financing. So if you're doing this business for some dealerships or somebody who doesn't have financing, you can also get some type of money. If you find the guy who will finance these deals, you'll get from $1,000 to $2,000 per unit sold. That's basically a commission, like a referral fee that they will pay you for bringing them the business on the lending side. So this is like a bonus. So from one truck, let's say you show you the truck, and then on top of that you get a financing. From one truck you can make from $3,000 to $5,000, and that's not bad at all, just to be honest. So what we need to know is, if we're gonna get to this 100,000 a year, that means that we need to make between 8 and 9K a month. That means that in this case scenario, we need to sell 3 trucks or 9 trailers. So for you to sell 3 trucks, you need to sell, for example, at least one a week, and I don't believe that will be the problem. If you're going with the method like this guy, $500 per truck, that means that you can serve 10 to 20 companies, just sending them the leads. It's less hands-on, but the more volume that you will bring. You need to have only Excel sheet, phone that you already have right now where you're looking at this, and free Facebook Marketplace. Let's go to number 2. The number 2 is recruiting. Recruiting is a little bit upscale business model. Recruiting means that you bring the qualified truck driver to the truck. So usually cost per driver that you bring them to the company is around from $1,000 to $3,000. Sorry for my writing. Depends. If, for example, this $3,000 will be some team on the road, etc., and $1,000 will be company or lease to purchase driver. For this recruiting job, you need to have more knowledge about the industry. You need to know more companies. You need to wait for your money a little bit, and on top of that you need to invest your money for leads so you can collect those drivers. Good thing about this work is when you, let's say, invest $1,000 or $2,000 in your work, that means that those drivers come back to you, and then you can basically, one list of let's say 10,000 drivers or like 1,000 drivers you can use on and on and on and on. Basically, if somebody don't pick up right now, in 6 months they can call you and say, I want to change jobs. So you can get that driver and sold it to the company as a worker, and you can make between $1,000 and $3,000. For this work, you need to have more experience in the trucking industry because you need to explain all the varieties of services that one company needs, and on top of that you need to invest some money in Facebook or some type of paid advertising. But you can also use Facebook group that you can basically find the drivers they're interested in driving a truck, or what some companies are also doing. If you have time and you don't have money and you know about the trucking industry, you can go to the forums, groups, place an ad, or maybe go, this is a hack, some people are doing that, I know some people have done that to my videos, see who is interested in a driver position for some other companies and send them direct message and say, okay, we are offering the same, why you don't come to us? So these type of ways, you can also do it for free. I don't recommend the last thing, but that's something that people done to us. So that's also, if you don't have enough money, you have time, you can also involve yourself in that type of situation. So recruiting is also work. So for you to make $9,000, you need to hire 7, 8, 9 drivers. That's usually 2 drivers per week to send to some company. Or if you have like RGN, that's like means the oversized load, some specialty driver with tanker and everything else, somebody who is really hard to find, that price can go up to $3,000. For this type of money, you need to wait. Usually half of the money you get up front and half of the money you get after 2 weeks. So for this type of business, you need to have knowledge and money to start, but after you set up the ideal group and target and audience and companies, you can easily make around $15,000 to $20,000 a month. I know because I know people who done it in Chicago. The third one is safety. For the safety, you don't need to open at all your business. Good safety officer, of course, after 3-4 years can get a salary from, let's say, for $1,000 a week with the starting position to $2,500 a week just working in a company with more than 150 trucks. That means that with your knowledge, you can be an employee for $10,000 a month that means that you will make more than $100,000 a year. So safety, you don't need to, you only sell basically your knowledge. There is no investment on the side of leads or marketing or advertising. Usually people in safety that's doing a really good job, it's really hard to find. So if you spend time, that usually means 1, 2, or 3 years in this type of business, you can earn this money just by working 9 to 5 and just like being in that position. And the cool thing about it is that you are not replaceable that easy, because there is no lot of people that can do that type of job. But if you want to say, I don't want a 9 to 5, I want to be my own boss, that usually goes with consulting services for safety, and those type of companies are usually getting $2,500 a week per client. That means that this type of company can accept more clients, they have employees, and on top of that, they can serve multiple clients from 5 to 500 trucks or even 1,000 trucks. So in this case scenario, they will be responsible for providing a variety of services to a variety of companies and charging them accordingly to the job that's needed. I know one of my clients have 30 employees in her safety and consultant business, and she's managing around 150 trucking companies. So you guessed it, she can make way more than $100,000 providing that service. And of course, I have one of my clients, she have 5, 6 employees and she have 10 to 20 clients, but she is charging premium because she is resolving premium type of problems. But in some of these steps, you can go and check on safety. My specialty is not safety. My specialty is recruiting and marketing on that side. Fuel. Fuel is also a good thing to start. There is a lot of trucking companies that are selling fuel. Most popular are Pilot, Flying J, and of course TA and Petro. Usually these type of companies have fixed pay of like $50,000 or $60,000, and on top of that they have bonuses per every gallon that's sold to your company. So with these type of programs for the fuel, you can make easy $100,000 a month, because the average starting salary is $50K. On top of that, they are pushing you and they are giving you leads to sell at least that much a year. And on top of that, you have a free card that you're using for your expenses, for your lunches and everything else. So you can basically be in the connection with your clients. And on top of that, usually they give you a car, so you don't have those type of expenses. And if there is no personal expense, that's basically earning money. So usually with card benefits, healthcare insurance and everything else that these big companies are providing, you can come to 100K easily. So if you want to get this type of jobs, just go to Pilot, Flying J, or some card providers, and most of them will provide you this type of service. Your goal in this situation is to get as many trucking companies to spend money with you, to basically put the fuel on your card, because they will get the rebates or cents per gallon that you spend on different gas pumps. And as you know, trucks are spending a lot of fuel, so the rebates, of course, the younger the company, the bigger the rebates. The bigger the company, you are then negotiating, and your goal is to sell as much gallon as possible. Everybody wants to get that gallon. So in the fuel game, the most important thing is that this is a combination of sales. You have some type of base salary. They teach you how to do the job. So this is kind of a corporate America job. So in this situation, we are explaining you, if you want to be your own boss, if you want to start with no money, if you have a knowledge, you have a little bit of money, if you want to be a full-time employee somewhere. And this, the fourth thing, is of course mix. It's a hybrid, it's a sales position. So you can basically utilize this type of knowledge of sales, and also use the perks and benefits of being in corporate America and insurance and everything else that goes with it. And driving a box truck, if you still want to go on the road and don't have a CDL, you can also drive a box truck. You can make pretty much $2,000 to $2,500 every week by driving a truck. A lot of box trucks right now have this type of sleepers and everything else, all the comfortable ways for you to be a truck driver. So if you have like regular license that you have in use every day, this is also something if you want to drive. So from $2,000 to $2,500 you can make every week. But on top of all of this, what you can also do, You can do social media marketing, social media. Usually companies to managing social media for trucking companies, that includes setting up their posts, managing their profiles, and also generating leads, goes from the cheapest that I know is $1,500 to, let's say, $4,000 per profile. And on top of that, you have websites and everything else. So there is a social media, of course. That's something that I'm specialized in. And with that, I think we have more than enough different ways how you can also make money, because I would like to mention also where you need to have a lot of knowledge I didn't want to put in this video, and that is dispatch service that you can provide. So with dispatch service, you're getting 2 to 3% of every truck that you dispatch. That's something that involves training, and that's something that involves 3, 4, 5, 6 months of basically knowledge for you just like to start in the industry, and you will not make enough money. But after you do it, you can easily make this type of money, because the average truck is grossing from $6,000, $7,000 up to $10,000 per week. So you can make this type of money also with dispatching trucks. But I didn't mention it here in this video because you need a lot more knowledge and a lot more investment in time and everything else. But for these type of businesses that I mentioned you right now that we have here, so that is truck sale, recruiting, safety, fuel, and driving a box truck. So not a semi truck that you need to go and spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Box truck you can go right now and just like start driving. This is 5, actually 6 with additional social media that I'm doing right now, that you can make $100,000 a year pretty easily without crazy knowledge, without spending a lot of time. The only thing is for you to find a trucking company that needs this type of help. And if you're not in Chicago, that's the most competitive market in the state, you will be easy to do it. If you have some type of job, I would like to hear your comment. How do you like this video? And if you like this type of video, please subscribe, because we need your subscribe now more than ever. See you soon and enjoy the rest of the videos. Bye.